Hey, welcome to Confidentkado, the podcast for quiet creators, overthinkers, and camera-shy entrepreneurs who want to build something real online without pretending to be someone they're not. I'm Ben, the voice behind Confidentkado, and each week we'll talk about faceless content, beginner-friendly AI tools, online business, and building confidence quietly, one small step at a time. So grab a coffee, take a breath, and let's figure this out together. Can I ask you a question? How many times have you said to yourself, "I'll start when I feel more confident"? Maybe it's starting a YouTube channel, launching a website, posting on social media, writing your first email, recording your voice, or simply telling someone about your business idea. You keep waiting for confidence to arrive, as if one morning you'll wake up and suddenly think, right, today's the day. I finally believe in myself. I used to think that too. I thought confident people had something I didn't, that they were born different, that they somehow skipped the fear. But the more people I watched, the more creators I followed, the more entrepreneurs I listened to, the more I realized something surprising. Even the people who look confident today started out feeling exactly the same as the rest of us. Nervous, unsure, worried about what people might think. The difference wasn't that they had confidence. The difference was that they acted before they had it. And that's when everything started to make sense. Confidence isn't a requirement. It's a result. Think back to when you first learned to drive. You probably didn't sit behind the wheel feeling completely relaxed. You checked the mirrors every few seconds. Your hands gripped the steering wheel. Every roundabout felt like a major event. But eventually, without even noticing, driving became normal. Not because confidence magically appeared, because experience quietly replaced uncertainty. The same thing happens when creating content. Your first post feels terrifying, your 10th feels uncomfortable, your 50th feels manageable, and somewhere around your 100th, you realize you're no longer thinking about yourself. You're thinking about the person you're trying to help. That's where confidence begins, not because the fear disappeared, but because your focus changed. One of the biggest mistakes we make is believing that confidence comes first. We imagine confidence and action standing side by side, when in reality, action walks ahead, confidence follows behind. I think that's incredibly freeing, because it means you don't have to wait anymore. You don't have to become a different person. You don't have to feel fearless. You simply have to take the next small step. Notice I said, the next step, not every step. You don't need to know what your business will look like in 5 years. You don't need the perfect logo, or the perfect website, or the perfect content strategy. You only need today's next action. That's how quiet creators make progress. Not with giant leaps, but with tiny decisions repeated over and over again. Maybe today's step is choosing your niche. Maybe it's writing 10 ideas in a notebook. Maybe it's recording your first voiceover. Maybe it's publishing one post that only 3 people see. And if only 3 people see it, that's okay, because you're not trying to impress the internet. You're training yourself to become someone who shows up. There's a quote I love. We become what we repeatedly do, not what we plan, not what we dream about, not what we research, or what we do. That's why I think consistency beats confidence every single time, because consistency quietly builds evidence. Every small action tells your brain, see, you can do this. That's how belief grows. Not all at once. One promise kept to yourself at a time. If you've been waiting for permission to start, this is it. You don't need anyone else's approval. You don't need a certain number of followers. You don't need expensive equipment. You don't even need confidence. You only need to begin. Because every creator you admire once published something that wasn't very good. Every successful business started before it looked successful. Every expert was once a beginner. And every confident creator was once someone who pressed publish with a racing heart. So here's this week's Quiet Creator Challenge. Choose one thing you've been putting off because you don't feel confident enough. Just one. Now ask yourself, what's the smallest possible version of that action? If it's starting YouTube, maybe you write your first script. If it's posting online, maybe you publish one simple post. If it's launching a business, maybe you buy the domain name. Whatever it is, do it before this weekend. Not because you're ready, but because taking action is how you become ready. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. If today's episode encouraged you, I'd really appreciate it if you followed the podcast and shared it with someone who's been waiting for confidence before getting started. And if you haven't already, you can also join my free email course, Start Showing Up Quietly, where I'll help you take those first steps without feeling overwhelmed. Until next time, remember, confidence doesn't come before action. It grows because of it. Start faceless, build belief, show up when you're ready. I'll see you in the next episode.